This is an example of a very simple microdata vocabulary called thing. You can find this at schema.org/thing with a capital T. You notice that it has very few names, additional type, description, image, name, and URL. It's a very simple microdata vocabulary for describing a thing. So we're going to go ahead and use this microdata vocabulary to describe our scissors. We're not actually going to edit this file. It's already set up, so I'm just going to open it in the text editor so that you can see it. It's mostly exactly the same document that we've seen before. It has the scissors. You see I've added a paragraph describing the scissors, but other than that, it's exactly the same. It's got all of this lorem ipsum, and it's got in this aside sidebar, I've also added just these attributes, item scope, item type, item prop, to add the microdata to the existing content. And so when we look at this in the browser, we see it's exactly the same page, except I've got this added paragraph to it describing the scissors. Other than that, nothing has changed. You see the sidebar looks exactly the same. Now, if we come up here to the top, we take a look at where I've actually added stuff. In the main div, I have item scope. Item scope means this is the scope of the microdata, and item type refers to the microdata vocabulary. We have item prop image, item prop name, item prop description, and those are just attributes. I'm not changing any content. I'm just using existing content. So it really doesn't do anything to the content whatsoever. If I come down here into the sidebar, you see I have item scope on each of these sections, and it points to that same thing vocabulary. And I have item prop name for the H1 and item prop description for the paragraph. And I did that for each of these. So let's go ahead and test this microdata. I'm going to open another tab here in the browser. I'm just going to type in http://www.google.com webmasters/tools/rich snippets. Rich snippets is Google's name for microdata. And in their Webmasters tools, they have this rich snippets testing tool for testing your microdata to see how a search engine would interpret it. And so I come back here to my HTML file. I'm just going to select the entire file and press copy on my keyboard, paste it into this text box here on the Google Webmaster Tools page, and I'm going to click on Preview. And so now they have parsed our microdata, and they've come up with these items down here. So for each of these items, it's got the type is the schema.org thing vocabulary. You notice they're spelling it with a lowercase t. It's actually spelled with an uppercase T, and it doesn't work if you use lowercase t in your source file. And so it finds the image of the scissors. It finds the name of the scissors. It finds the description of the scissors. Scissors are cutting edge technology. They use their cutting edges to cut things. They are scissors. They are orange. They rule. And it also finds for each of these items, the blades, the handles, the colors. And so this is all just because I put that microdata in the file. It doesn't change the content at all. It's just adding attributes to the existing tags. Microdata is a new technology. It shows some promise for being able to help with search engine results and other applications that require a script to know more about a web page than may be discernible from normal markup. This is a simple example of how it could be applied to show a search engine more about a web page.